The ETH ETF, what is interesting to me, we all knew it was going to happen, but now it's happened. I'm really interested to see what narrative BlackRock put around it. Look, all of us who've been in the financial system know that every single bank and asset management firm is working on this. I mean, Goldman's had a team since 2015. So what they wanted was the regulatory clarity, which is what Fink has forced through.
Yeah.
So the explosion of innovation that's about to happen from the finance system itself, I think, is the shock. It's not going to come from NFTs and all of the stuff that we all do. It's going to come straight from the heart of the financial system. And before you know it, they're tokenizing everything, as Larry said, and they've all been desperate for this. You know, Wall Street will have lobbied for this because it saves so much money.
In a surprise move, the SEC recently approved applications for Ethereum ETFs, potentially unleashing them on the market later this year. This is a huge win for crypto, as many expected rejection. While a final hurdle remains for issuers, this is a giant leap towards getting Ethereum ETFs in investor hands. But the jury's still out. Some say the SEC's approval basically declares Ethereum a commodity. Others argue the SEC could still call it a security later. Coinbase legal chief believes the green light makes it clear Ethereum isn't a security. But other experts say that the SEC's decision isn't the final word. They worry the agency could still argue certain Ethereum transactions act like security offerings. Staked Ethereum status is another mystery. Recent SEC moves suggest it might still be classified as a security. Regardless, crypto investors are pumped. Real Vision CEO, Raoul, sees this as a major turning point, predicting a massive wave of innovation driven by Wall Street and asset tokenization. According to him, the entire financial system, including banks, has been prepping for crypto and blockchain's integration. We will now bring you clips of Raoul as he shares his latest crypto outlook. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. We hope you enjoy.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
We are all fully invested in the space. So the only capital is rotating from Bitcoin or Sol into ETH. We've seen a bit of that. I think that will continue. You know, by pure luck, I've been following the ETH Bitcoin cross for a while, and I posted, we got these new kind of trade idea templates on the Real Vision platform. They're just in beta test right now. And I tested one out on Saturday and put my whole thesis about the ETH Bitcoin cross, and it's exploded higher. So, I mean, that was pure luck. But I think that there's no new capital coming into the space right now. Now, if we think of it in terms of broader macro picture, the business cycle is only just picking up. Earnings are just picking up for companies. So we're not flush with cash in the real economy. Yes, some stocks have gone up and crypto's gone up, but not all crypto either, as we know. You know, there's been quite a decent amount of divergence as there is over the crypto spring. It is going to have to come from the ETF. And then it'll be all-time highs is going to be the driver. The next, in fact, all you need actually is Bitcoin to hit all-time highs, then Sol will go, ETH will go. I think that brings NFTs alive. It brings alt season. It recycles capital. It brings those 80 million dead Coinbase accounts back into activity. You know, that whole great cycle that happens in crypto summer and crypto autumn is yet to play out. I mean, don't forget, we're still basically in the middle of the pandemic when we go back to the last cycle. We're not quite, you know, we hadn't really started anything yet. Bitcoin was just breaking 10,000 after having consolidated. So I think the most overused phrase in crypto is we're so early, but we're early in the cycle. So yeah, we just need fresh capital. Liquidity, you know, there was a liquidity withdrawal I think we talked about it last week because of the tax stuff. We'll see liquidity starting to come back in. Yellen should normally inject about 250 billion of liquidity. Now she's had the tax receipts in. Before you know it, now there's less QT, liquidity comes in, it all starts happening. So patience, I think, is the answer. I think it'll all play out, and I think ETH will outperform Bitcoin. Solana outperforms ETH. The risk curve works in the normal way, and there'll be whatever the bonkers side looks like. It'll be the memes. This side will be the stupid, crazy end of the market this time around. The NFTs were last time around, and it'll just function normally as a risk curve, I think. I think we're very close to that moment. Super close.
In other news, JP Morgan analysts, led by Kenneth Worthington, suggest trading for the recently approved spot Ethereum ETFs could begin before November. They believe the SEC's approval may be influenced by the upcoming 2024 US presidential election. The SEC approved 19 B4 forms for 8 spot Ethereum ETFs from major players like Grayscale, Bitwise, and BlackRock. However, final approval requires individual S1 registration statements from each issuer. This development follows renewed discussions between the SEC and crypto industry stakeholders after a period of stagnation. Notably, references to staking were removed from the applications to address SEC concerns about its classification under securities laws. The ETF approvals coincide with the U.S. House passing the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act. This bill aims to classify digital assets as digital commodities under the jurisdiction of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission instead of the SEC. However, the bill faces an uncertain future in the Senate and lacks support from the Biden administration. With that being said, do you think the bill will be approved? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's get back to Raoul with more of his insights.
I keep explaining a story to everybody that I think is super valuable for people to understand. Because a friend of mine was running fixed income, currencies, commodities, and treasury at National Australia Bank. And he's just retired. And I'm like, well, what have you been up to last few years? He goes, I've been building stable coins. I'm like, why? He goes, yeah, in euros, in Aussie dollar stable coins, euro Aussie, euro US, euro whatever, Canadian, UK. I'm like, why? He's like, nobody realizes. I think it's next week. Fucking US goes T+1 equity settlement.
Wow.
FX markets are T+2.
Yeah.
Australia is T+3 because of the time zone. He's like, we're going to have to give tens of billions of dollars to our brokers to settle trades. And that takes from our regulatory capital, and they'll offer us 0 interest rates on it. So we're forced to use stable coins. I'm like, oh, of course. That's a massive use case. I think Canada goes to T+1, and I don't know, the UK and Europe are as well. So that's a big deal. Just simply from that. Somebody said, good luck, Elizabeth Warren, in building an anti-crypto army. You're going up against millions of people who are motivated by their own future, the financial future, and they understand the power of memes. Like, that is very difficult to go up against.
Yeah.
And Trump saw that. And I think the Democrats are learning very fast that, there's 110 million Coinbase accounts, of which, I don't know what's active now, call it 10, 15 million are active, but in the height of the bull market by next year, be 40 million plus. You are not going to piss off those people and tell them they can't have a financial future and win an election. It's 0 chance. Useful thing. I'll just give a background on what crypto's like in Cayman. But for us in Cayman, we have, because of all of the funds are here and all of the foundations, we have great infrastructure, regulatory clarity, everything else. The only issue is the banks. The banks don't like it. I've never even brought crypto money back in. But the issue is, because Cayman is always under such a massive spotlight for anti-money laundering and KYC, AML, taxation stuff, which is fine. The banks don't know how to KYC on-chain transactions. So they can't say, or AML, really. It's like they're trying to figure out, where did your money come from? Why did you send out $100 and it's come back as $1 billion? What have you been doing that's wrong? Well, I've been trading monkeys online. They don't get that. And if you say, well, here's my proof of transaction history, they're like, we don't understand any of this. So that's the only issue for us here. Other than that, it's very pro.
Meanwhile, MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor recently adjusted his stance on spot Ether ETFs. In a recent podcast interview, he expressed a more positive view, seeing their approval as beneficial for Bitcoin. He now believes that these ETFs strengthen the crypto industry's political influence and accelerate institutional adoption. Saylor reasons that broader crypto recognition as an asset class will attract mainstream investors who allocate a portion of their portfolios to crypto, with Bitcoin likely receiving the largest share, estimated at 60 to 70%. This shift reflects a change from his earlier skepticism regarding SEC approval for Ether ETFs. He previously predicted Bitcoin as the sole SEC-approved crypto asset. The recent news led him to adjust his views. While he previously categorized Ethereum and other tokens as securities, Saylor now sees the ETF approval as a sign of Bitcoin's continued leadership in the crypto market. This change in perspective has sparked discussion within the crypto community, with some wondering if it could lead to future Ethereum investments by Saylor. Considering these recent developments, what are your thoughts on the future outcome of the Ethereum market? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and continue the discussion. If you found today's video informative and want to stay updated on cryptocurrency and global finance, please consider liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and turning on post notifications for your daily dose of crypto news. Be sure to stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll cover more about the fascinating developments in the crypto space. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.